A very good morning to everyone. Now we are going to perform a drama in the Dear Department. The scene is in the sitting room of a small provincial town. To the left of the window you can see the drawers, and to the left of the door a cheap shabby chest of drawers, and in the middle of the room is a table with chairs and some ornaments and a bunch of papers. Now, when the curtain rises, Mrs. Slater is laying the table. She is vigorous, plump, red-faced, and vulgar woman prepared to do any amount of straight talking to get her own way. She is in black, but not in complete mourning. She listens for a moment and then goes to the window, opens it, and calls into the street.
Victoria! Victoria! You here? Come in, will you? I'm amazed at you, Victoria. I really am. How you can gallivanting about in the street when your grandfather lying cold in bed upstairs? I don't know. Be off now and change your dress before your Aunt Elizabeth and Uncle come.
What are they coming for? They didn't come for ages.
They are coming to talk over poor grandpa's affairs. Your father sent him a telegram as soon as we found he was dead. Gracious, there's never that. No, thank goodness, it's only your father.
Not coming.
They haven't, can't you see? Victoria, now, be up upstairs and be that way. Put your white frock on with a black sash. I'm not satisfied at all, but it's the best we can do till our new plans real. And Ben and Elizabeth would never have thought about morning yet, so we'll outshine them there. Get your boots off, Henry. Elizabeth, that time she notices the least bit of dirt.
I'm wondering if you will come at all. When you and Elizabeth called and she said she would never come to your house again.
She's fast enough. You know how hard she can be when she likes? And I don't know where she gets it from.
I suppose it's in the family.
What do you mean by that, Henry Slater?
I'm not listening to you. I'm referring to that father. Where are my slippers?
They're in the kitchen. But you want a new pair? Those old ones are nearly worn out. You don't seem to realize what it's costing me to bear it like I'm doing. My heart's fit to break when I see those little cripples lying around. And I don't think grandfather uses them again. Here, wear this now.
Well, they will be small for me.
They can stretch, won't they? It's lucky we have just got a new pair of grandfathers.
You must arrange with Elizabeth when you are dividing things up.
Henry, I have been thinking about the bureau that's in the bedroom of grandfather's.
Perhaps she has got her eye on the bureau actually.
Elizabeth, that sharp, she'll see I'm after it. If she hasn't, you don't know, she didn't step into our house since ages. And about the bureau, what grandfather got, she didn't even have an eye on that.
Amelia!
Why can't we shift the bureau right now?
I won't get to.
Don't look so daft. Why not?
You don't seem to take it from her.
Henry, you're not so stupid. Can you go off now?
Suppose they come when we are doing it.
I'll fasten the front door. I'll move up and move the chairs out of the way.
Mother, did you fasten up my frock at the back? Father, can you fasten my slack over here? Father, what have you done to your coat?
Mother and me are going to bring the grandfather's bureau down here.
Are we pinching before they come?
No, my child. Grandpa gave it to her mother before he was dead.
This morning?
Yeah.
Huh, he was drunken this morning.
You must not say what's drunk now.
Well, I thought I could fetch this up too. Our class boys now.
Now, Olivia, you must now give the man away. We have all got to that sometime or other. It's over.
I don't see how.
It might have been one of us.
It's taken you a very long time to get here.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
Couldn't do what?
I couldn't stand it.
We have ordered our very sure. I never could classify ready-made things. For my husband, considering you went in black. I have to tell all about it now. Oh, he's not been here yet.
Not been here?
Yes, I did. Of course I did. You said you were a fool. I sent Henry at once to Dr. Brady, but he was out.
You should go on for another.
Oh, it's a very Pringle attended him when he was alive, and Pringle shall attend him when he's dead. He's professional and equipped.
Well, you are the businessman, right?
Yes, it's a very Don't talk so silly, Elizabeth. What good could a doctor have done? Look at the many cases of persons being restored after they have not been gone.
That's when they have been drowned. Your father wasn't drowned at the bridge.
There was a man here. You tell us that he couldn't bear. That's the point.
Then, I'm sure he was regular enough. If we hadn't taken wrong too much, we are not going to discuss on that. Well, after breakfast, he went out to pay his insurance.
My word, it's a good thing today.
After that, he went around to bring out the afterwards. And he came in as merry as his hand was. I said, we are waiting for Henry to start dinner. Dinner? He says, I don't want no dinner, I'm going to bed.
And when I came in, I found him undressed sure enough. And he had a bed.
Yes, he had it on me. I'm sure of that. And you know you?
Yes, he spoke to me.
Did he say he had it on me?
No, he said, Henry, would you mind taking my boots off? I forgot before I got into trouble.
I think he was too bad.
No, he had got him on already.
And when we had finished dinner, I thought I would take something on the tray. And when I went to him, for all the world he was asleep. So I put the tray down on the bureau, I mean on the chest of drawers. But he was quite cold.
And then I heard Amelia and I ran upstairs.
Of course, you could do nothing. He was gone.
There wasn't any doubt.
I always knew he would go with her. Well, will you go and have a look at him or shall we have tea? What do you say, Ben?
I'm not so worried.
Then the man is ready.
Now we may after decide the announcement in the papers.
What did you say? I always wanted at the residence of his daughter, 235 Upper Conrad Street, etc.
You didn't give care of become poetry.
You couldn't very well. You couldn't very well. I forgot him.
I don't never forget anything.
It's rather soon for that.
I always was fancy. A loving husband, kind father, and a faithful friend.
Scene 3. Now, let us see what's happened next. Mother, I don't think Grandpa wanted to pay his instead this morning. He went out. No, he did not go to the town. He met Mr. Stratton down the street and went off past times with French. The Ringo bells? I'll be bound.
The Rico bells?
The public house at John Sherlock's window keeps his always hanging about it. Oh, if he hasn't paid it?
I think he hasn't paid it. Was it an overdue?
I should think it was an overdue. Something tells me he's not paid it. I have a money. I know it. He's not paid it.
The drunken old beggar.
He's done it on a purpose, just to annoy us. All after I did for these 3 years, it's nothing short of spending. I had to put him before with 5 years. And you're trying to tell me all the time?
But we don't know for certain that it's not paid to me.
I do. It's come over me all once that he hasn't. Victoria, run upstairs and fetch a bunch of keys on
Invert in this thing.
Where did you pick up that, Amelia? It was used since last I was here. Oh, and repeated it up one day.
Hey, where did I buy it, Amelia?
Yes, I like it. It's at this thing. Did you buy it in auction? Yes, at an auction.
Oh, second hand.
Don't show your ignorance, Ben. All artists do things at second hand. Look at his own masters. Mother, what is it, child? Grandpa is getting up.
What?
What do you say? Grandpa is getting up. Child is crazy. Don't talk so silly. Don't you know your grandfather is? No, he's getting up. I saw him. You would better go up and see yourself, Amelia. Here, come with me, Henry. Scene 4. Now let us see what happens after Victoria sees Abel getting up from his bed.
Listen. What's the matter, little Vicky? Hello. What brings you here? How's yourself, man? Of course it's me, Amelia. Don't do that. What the devil do you mean by this tomfoolery? Doesn't seem like. What?
You took us by surprise, father. Are you keeping quite well?
I'm alright, but a bit of headache. I wouldn't mind being the first one in the family to carry it away to the cemetery. I always think Henry, they looks none too healthy too.
Well, I never.
Amelia, what did Dickens play do with my new slippers?
Aren't they by the work, grandfather?
I don't see them. And why you got them, Henry?
I told him to just put on the set step. Now, Henry.
Well, I didn't call it delicate stepping into a dead man's shoes in sachets. Oh, Grandpa, I'm so glad you're not dead.
What? Who's gone dead?
Victoria says she's sorry about your health.
Ah, thank you, little Vicky. I'm feeling better.
He is so fond of Victoria.
Yes, he's wonderful with Jimmy too.
You would better ask him if you find if he promised your gold.
I could not just now. I could not just now. I don't feel it equal to it.
Okay. Why? Ben, you are in mourning, and Lizzie too, and Henry and little Vicky too. Who's dead? Is anyone in the family?
No one, your father, a relation of them.
What relation of Ben's?
His brother.
Thank you. I never heard. Dear, what's the name of your brother?
Frederick.
Albert.
Isaac. Isaac? Where did your brother die?
In Australia.
Oh, dear, he might be older than you.
Yes, 5 years.
Are you going to the funeral?
Yes.
No.
No, of course not.
Oh, I think you are waiting for me to begin the tea. I'm feeling hungry. Come on, sit down. Let's be jolly. Yeah.
Scene 5. Now let us see what goes on further. Henry, your grandpa, come back.
Thank you, I'll make a start.
Glad to see you got an affair, Mr. Merriweather. All they have been so well.
No, I've been lying down.
Beautiful, grandfather.
No, I'm not been asleep. Oh, I can't exactly call to mind everything, but I remember I was a bit dazed, like I couldn't move an inch, hand or foot.
And could you see and hear, Mr. Merriweather?
Yes, but I don't remember seeing anything particular. Mustard bag?
Of course not, grandfather. It was all your fancy. You must be happy.
I tell you, I wasn't asleep. Damn it, I ought to know.
Didn't you see Amelia and Henry came in the island?
Now let me think.
Elizabeth, don't trust him. I wouldn't trust him.
I began. Amelia and Henry, what the devil do you mean by shifting my bureau from my bedroom? Do you hear me, Amelia, Henry?
What bureau was it, father?
White? The one I bought?
Was that one, father?
Ah, that's it.
Be quiet, Elizabeth.
Ah, that's it. What is he doing here? Drag me if that isn't my clock too.
Well, I'll be hanged.
I'll tell you what's been going on this house. Nothing. I shot you up a robbery.
Be quiet, Elizabeth.
I'll not be quiet. Oh, I call it a double thing. Are you, and you too, are you such a poor creature that you do every dirty thing what she tell you?
Remember where you are. Where are you, Elizabeth?
My wife has every right to speak her own mind.
Then she can speak it outside, not here.
Have you got? Can anyone tell me what is going on in this house?
Yes, I'll tell you what. Nothing. I shot you up.
Be quiet, Elizabeth.
Adrian, I'll not see you rob. I'll not see you rob.
Who has been robbing me?
Amelia and Henry, they sneaked into your room like a thief in the night and stole your clock and hid after you there.
Be quiet, Elizabeth.
I'll not be stopped. After you dead, I say.
After who was dead?
You.
But I'm not dead.
No, but they thought you were.
Oh, so that's why all are in morning black today. Oh, so all are in morning today. So you thought that I was dead. That was a big mistake. It didn't take you long to divide my things in between you.
No, father. Amelia was simply getting hold of them on her own account.
You always were a keen one, Amelia. I suppose you thought the will wasn't fair enough.
Did you make a will?
Yes, it was locked in the bureau.
What was in it, father?
That doesn't matter now. I want to destroy it and make another will.
Grandfather, do not be hard on me.
I'll not trouble you, but I want another cup of tea, 2 lumps and plenty of milk.
With pleasure, grandfather.
I don't want to be hard with anyone. I'll tell you what I have to do. As your mother died, I've lived apart with you, Lizzie, and apart with you, Amelia. So I'll make a will, like I'll leave all my things to whomever I live with when I die.
And whom do you intend from now, father?
I'm just coming to that.
Father, it's quite time you came to live with us. We will make you very comfortable.
No, it was not as long as it was with you.
I may be wrong, but father will fancy live with you after what happened today.
So, you would like to have me again, Lizzie?
Yes, father. You know we are ready to have you as long as you please.
What do you say to that, Amelia?
What I can say is that Elizabeth changed her mind in the last 2 years. Grandfather, do you know what trouble was between us both was?
Amelia, you are such a fool. Just sit down.
It seems me that neither of you feel proud how the way you have treated me.
If I have done anything wrong, I'm sure I'm sorry for that.
And I cannot say too.
It's a bit late now. Neither of you cared put up with me.
No, grandfather.
You both only say because